and we're on and we're getting it. And you can kind of tell with the way that the traffic is coming over here now that people are like totally out of the holiday mode now.
Yeah.
They're totally out of it, dude. That no one people throwing shit at people again. Like people running, hey, get out of here, you mother. Like, dude, people are back on their BS now. Like you can tell what is this? The 25th of January?
I think so.
By the week, because people feel love around Valentine's Day, but a week before Valentine's Day,
oh yeah,
there's going to be multiple road rage. Yeah.
Did you experience your own coming on?
I did. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. This old lady, man. I mean, just old lady. It's the same shit. You know, old lady driving slow, and I pull up beside them, and I kind of give them the look. And then they get back in front of me and start driving slow again because I gave them the look. And I feel like, you know, if I'm in my car and I give you a look, that I guess it can be kind of aggressive, especially coming from my big ass. But I still didn't say anything to you or made any type of movement or engaged in any way. But you know, some old ladies don't like that shit. Yeah. They know what that look mean. And it's like, oh, I got something for you. I'm gonna pull right back in front of you and slam on brakes again.
You young whippersnapper. You're not gonna get past me.
I know. 96 Impala. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of the Alpha Geek Podcast, where we embrace our geekdom and respect everyone else. Respect everyone else's key phrase for today, because we're gonna go in on it today. What's up, Taras? How you doing?
Not much. Good.
Man.
Spent the weekend looking at some open houses, just seeing what your dollar can get you in this area, and it's quite cold out.
Yeah, in more ways than one.
Yeah, and the dollar doesn't go too far.
No, yeah. This place, anyone who's not familiar with the Hampton Roads or Virginia Beach area, the prices have been, like the rest of the country, the prices have been gradually going up. But the difference is that we're so close to DC, we kind of use DC as like a gauging point for the real estate prices down here. And very slowly it's getting closer and closer and closer to those DC and Northern Virginia prices, man. So
yeah.
It's gonna get worse before it gets better. So.
Yeah. So our dream home was a little bit out of our price range, so. But it is what it is.
Where was it?
It was in the Castleton area still. We actually looked at a house right off of Shore Drive. It was a 3-story townhouse, like 24, maybe 2,500 square feet, box on top of box on top of box. Yep. It wasn't like. It had like no flow to it. $750,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say closer to $1 million. Yeah, I've seen townhomes over there for like close to $1 million.
Yeah, it was kind of set back. It's like right by the bike path or the walking path. Mm-hmm. So it was a really sweet spot. But dude, $750,000. I was like, ain't no way.
No, you can get. It's slowly running out of places where you can get a nice home. 5 years ago, you could have gotten your forever home. Yeah. It had a big house, you know, somewhere between 28 and 3,500 square feet. Spent a little bit under $500,000 and been good. Yeah. Not today. Not today, man. And now interest rates are supposed to be going back down around spring. Yeah. So, and that's everybody's going to start buying again. It's going to boost those numbers up again. I think, you know. That
was the frustrating thing is like what you just said 5 years ago, the houses were reasonably affordable. And when we bought our Jeep, a salesman, Stanley, said, you know, once prices go up, man, they don't come back down.
Yeah,
they don't. They just keep going up. Yeah. So,
in this area, because it's so transient, like people are never going to not move to this area. Mm-hmm. And so you have that to kind of fuel those price hikes. So yeah, your buddy Stanley's right.
Yeah, he knows what's up. And it was funny when we went to the few of these open houses, the townhouse we were looking at, it was nice. It was newer. It's a 2023 build. So, I mean, I suppose for the money that they're asking, it was reasonable, but they were like, are you from the area? We're like, yeah. So a lot of out-of-towners, whether it's Navy or people moving. But we went into this one house in the Allenton neighborhood. When you first roll into the Allenton, it's like a corner house. Dude, it was like built in 1950 and it's stayed that way.
Oh, yeah, really?
And they're asking like 650,000. And we're like, oh, man. I literally walked in. You remember the scene in the Lego movie or Lego Batman? I don't know if you ever seen that.
I did see one of them.
Nope. Yeah. So, but anyway, and as soon as I walked in, I was like, hell no.
Yeah. Well, in that area, it's all about location. Right. Yeah. People will pay. And, the schools, I think that's Cox.
Yep.
And First Colonial kind of in that area. So, that's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have little kids or school-age kids, nah.
Yeah.
I'm not paying that much money for that home.
Yeah.
And because you're going to put a couple $100,000 into it just in updates.
Dude, that one, like that was it. Yeah, for sure. That would need it. Like it was literally 1950, like going back to my grandma's house. And it must have been a grandma that lived in there.
Yeah. Those people in that area, they don't sell unless they're moving out of the area.
Yeah.
Because there's very little in that area, especially in Virginia Beach, there's very little upgrading to do from that.
Yeah.
So if you're going to stay there, you're not selling that shit, especially if you've been there for a while.
Yeah.
Because that house, that's $650 now. When you bought it, it was $380
for sure.
So
yeah. Hey, fans of Alpha Geek Podcast, if you live in the Hampton Roads area and you want to try something new and different, and ballroom dancing or Latin dancing is one of those things, feel free to look us up at cutarug.net. We're the Arthur Murray Dance Studio here in Virginia Beach. We specialize in teaching anything partner dancing from country western to traditional ballroom dances, Latin dancing, as well as if you're getting ready for a wedding, check us out. Once again, cutarug.net. We are the Arthur Murray Dance Studio of Virginia Beach, Virginia.
I feel like a bunch of people got the memo and became real estate agents since COVID.
For sure.
There's so many new real estate agents. I think there was like something that went around saying that you can make so much money. You can, this is where it is. Between people gossiping and talking about the industry as a whole. Well, housing prices are going up. Interest rates are going down. This is time. If you're going to be an agent, now's the time to do it.
Yeah.
And with any other industry or product or thing, when you saturate something, it just leaves less meat on the bone for everybody else that's coming in. So now you have all these agents that wish they would have never gotten in this shit.
Yeah. I guess it's like you can't. I mean, is it that you could sell one house and be good for the year, or is it
not for the year? No, not for the year, bro. Now you got to sell, and I do know some agents like a couple really good friends of mine are agents, and they've been my agents. Like, I do like investment properties and stuff like that. And I deal with the same 2 to 3 agents every time. And each one of those agents has expertise. And I kind of spread the love because like this agent knows if I'm doing a sell or flip, she's getting that one. This agent knows if it's something for me more personal, then she's getting that one. And,
yeah,
there's so many agents. You can't be like super loyal to just one. And, the industry is just crazy. And I have those agents make great money because it's like our job. You got to be on it day in and day out. You got to be in front of that computer. When you're not working, you're working. When you're not working, you're working or thinking about working. So you got to be like devoted to that shit.
It's funny what the townhouse that we looked at, the agent, she had a great product. Like she knew this is going to sell, it's going to go. So we go walking in there, and granted, it's an open house, and she had a scheduled person supposed to come in and check it out. And they're like, "Are you so-and-so?" I was like, "No." And Wendy says, "Hi, I'm Wendy." And she asked my name, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm Tarash." She's like, "What is it?" I was like, "Tarash." She's like, "Okay." Anyway, and I was like, if I had the money, you lost a sale.
Okay. You say so.
Exactly. I was like, okay. Most people are like, what is it? How do you say it? Show some curiosity or sincere, but just to completely dismiss it, I'm like, done.
Yeah. But, I mean, no excuse for that because it's like 5 letters. But but you do have I've never heard another Taras before that, if that helps you. I'm trying to help you out, ma'am.
Yeah.
I've never heard Taras before. So
you still lost the sale.
You're very unique. But Antoine is a little bit different. Antoine, and my name is spelled weird. My name is spelled Antwain. So it's spelled Antoine.
Yeah.
How many Antoines do you know though? And if people they fuck up my name all the time, like and I'll even tell them, and they'll get it right once, and then if I walk away and come back, they'll fuck it up again.
Yeah. So when you did the Dancing with the Hampton Road Celebrity Stars, did the guy say Antoine?
Butchered it.
Yeah,
butchered it. We had like a pre-show meeting. Said, "Hey, Antoine Britt." I was like, "No, sir, my name is Antoine Britt." He's like, "Oh, I got it." And even when we came out on stage, when he introed us at the beginning, he said it correctly.
Yep.
And then when I won, he said it wrong again. It's like, you're just trying now.
Dude.
You're trying to be a dick.
Yeah. Every year we did it. And like a bunch of the other teachers, we all have like unique names, whether it's Eastern European or Italian or whatever. And it always comes to my name. And I'm like, Taras. Okay, Taras, I got it. On the microphone in front of all those hundreds of people. Terrace or some random something. I don't know. Anyway.
No, every time I text you, my phone is automatically like Tara''S.
Yeah. Dude, my whole life. People are like, what are you? I'm like, where were you born? I was born in Rochester General. They're like, no, where are you from? Rochester, New York.
Come up your ass, mind your business. Man.
Dude, so have you seen the skit from Saturday Night Live about Katt Williams? Dude, you called it last time.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Katt is going to take some heat, man. Like we kind of talked about it a little bit off air, but I think Katt underestimated the impact that his statement was going to have on more people than the people he was meant for those statements to have an impact on.
Yeah.
And, directed at Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, a couple other people. But you got to realize all these people are in the same group, in the same industry. The Wayans brothers, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart. Well, he kind of hit at Kevin Hart too. But all these people are in the same industry. And by attacking the small group, you attack the mass. Mm-hmm. And these cats went back. And they're still going at Katt. And I don't know if he can... like hold. I don't think he swims after this.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough, man.
Because I recently saw somebody. Because you mentioned Marlon came out and saying something, but I didn't see what he said.
Yeah. So he was saying. So Marlon Wayans was on a radio show, and of course, he whoever the interviewer is going to ask these questions about this thing, and. Marlon Wayans' response was, why is it taboo to have a form of comedy be men doing parody in dresses or in drag or whatever, which has been a comedic art form for as long as we were talking about Tootsie off air, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yep.
White Chicks, white. You can call White Chicks what you want, but White Chicks is a hilarious movie, and every generation since White Chicks has been made knows about that movie.
Yeah,
and so he was saying, so why is it when the Robin Williams and people of that nature do these movies that they win awards, but when a black artist or a black comedian does these, then it's looked down upon, so that was kind of where he was going with it. And I think on top of that, that industry or those comedians had already felt attacked just from the basic statements that Katt made, just attacking that small group of people.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't directed at them, you're coming at us too, dude. Yeah. It's like if you take food off his plate, then that shit is going to trickle over here to my plate. So yeah, Katt is
starting to dig his
shit. He stepped in some shit.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're going to dig your own grave, you're going to have to. You're going to end up in it most likely. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, like. When I was thinking about Dave Chappelle and how Dave Chappelle called out Netflix, or it wasn't Netflix, Comedy Central, but like he went over, he didn't go after anybody. He just went after like the man instead of like his peers. And I suppose if you turn your back on your peers, man, like, we're dealing with a situation right now. It's just like you stab one of us in the back. I'm like, there's a whole family behind you that's gonna like go after you. So,
yeah, absolutely. And I think the way that Dave did it by not talking but doing. Dave gave up potentially $80 million.
Yeah.
30 million right off Jump Street to say, okay, the show is not what it was meant to be. I'm getting to the point to where I feel like people are laughing at me instead of with me. I'm going to take my ball and go. And he left that money on the table. So when it's like, oh shit, he's willing to put his money literally where his mouth is, and he walks away from all the success. I mean, second season of Chappelle's Show, I think they were going into the third season, and he had this potential new deal with Comedy Central making all this money, and he walks away from it because he doesn't believe in the product anymore. And not a lot of people do that, dude.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people do that at all, man.
Yeah.
And especially, being a black comedian where, who doesn't, he grew up in DC, not wealthy, that money could have been it for him. It could have sustained his entire family and created a future. And him doing that and not knowing what would be next.
Yeah.
And he, took a hiatus. He fell off the map. And he came back, and he's larger than life now. He's bigger than he's ever been. He's probably bigger than any comedian has ever been.
For sure.
So because he was willing to take that step.
Yep.
Katt Williams just going talking shit about people.
Yeah.
And while some of the shit he's saying has validity, you're still just talking.
Yeah.
Like what have you done to better anyone's situation?
Yep.
All these people, you're not the only person they stole from. You're not the only person who feels railroaded. What are you doing other than talking shit on the Shay Shay Show?
Yeah.
That's preventing this from happening to other up and coming comedians.
Yeah.
He's not doing that. So,
like coming out like that, you probably think you're going to be a hero, and then you come out being the villain.
Nah, man, you can't win for losing in this world, man. You can't.
That was a solid quote from remember Batman? Like can't remember which one it was. He's like, oh no, it was Two-Face. He was like,
you either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, powerful Harvey Dent.
Yeah. Some more drama in the Disney aspects of Marvel. Ryan Reynolds had he had 8 movie deals, whether he was going to act or write in them. Disney cutting costs, cut 6 projects, and now, or 8 projects. I can't remember the exact number, but
I think it was 6.
6.
Yeah, left 2.
And now he's done. He's ready to be done. So
man, so after Deadpool, he's like done.
He wants to be done. Yeah.
Man, no Free Guy 2.
No Free Guy.
Shit, Disney, y'all fucking up now, man. Yeah.
That was a good movie, Free Guy.
Free Guy was an awesome
that
movie. It was an awesome movie.
Yeah.
Deadpool and Free Guy.
Same guy. Different suit. Blue shirt and not a red suit. Man. I gotta say, I really I know I gotta say it again. Ryan Reynolds, I love his acting, but it's the same actor. And a lot of actors, Tom Cruise, same guy. Great actor.
Yeah, that's true. Except in Tropic Thunder.
Oh my God.
Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder is undefeated, dude. That entire movie that is my favorite. If I had to, from a comic standpoint, like comedy, that is my favorite comedy.
Unbelievable.
That movie is great on so many levels, man. Robert Downey Jr. playing a black dude.
Oh man,
a British dude playing a black dude. I mean, that's great.
The famous line: "I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as the other dude." That was so funny.
It's so great. Yeah. Him and Ben Stiller, their chemistry was great. Yeah. It was great.
What was it? Len Gross. At the very end, Tom Cruise's character, he's just like big, and he's just like jamming, he's just like dancing away.
It's a ludicrous song.
Yeah, that's right. He's like Luda.
Diet Coke. Yeah, that movie is wonderful, man.
Get me the key grip. Okay, who's the key grip? Yeah, funny.
God, that was a great movie, man.
But Robert Downey, he's saw another video where somebody's speculating, this was an older video, it was like 4 months ago, that he was going to come back and reprise his role as Iron Man.
Yeah, well, now that they're playing with all this, like the Secret Wars and multiverse and stuff, now it's a little more realistic realistic. We use that term loosely around here, but he could come back in some multiverse version of himself and play Iron Man. from a fan standpoint, I want to see it. You know, like, but God, but if he comes back, he'll be saving the franchise.
Well, that's the point I was going to make. Is the Disney executives are making so many bad choices that what is going to be your Hail Mary to try to bring everybody back?
Yeah,
and it's going to be Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. I believe it.
But and I'm going to go out on a limb and say that even doing that, if you keep the roadmap that you have right now and then decide to save things, you want to bring RDJ back, it still won't be enough.
Yeah.
You've done so much damage. It has to be what made the Infinity War and Endgame movie so great is that it was a 10-year lead up to that. And you put these little Easter eggs out there in these movies that vaguely started connecting a little bit more and a little bit more. Like there was a little bit of fan service, but not so much where the fans thought they were in control.
Yeah.
And you need to be able to dance a fine line of giving the fans the IP that they want, but not letting the prisoners take over the asylum. And that's what's happening now. You know, you had everything that the fans want now is happening. Well, from an Easter egg standpoint, because the movies themselves are just not good movies anymore, you know?
Yep.
So now you got to do this little bullshit fan service. What's the dude from The Office that played Mr. Fantastic? Why am I forgetting his name?
Oh, that's also playing he was on the show HBO. Oh man.
But you know who I'm talking about.
I know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna look it up.
Jim from The Office.
Yes, Jim from The Office.
They put him in Mr. Fantastic because it was a fan casting and everybody was like, oh, he would be great as Mr. Fantastic.
John Krasinski.
Yes. John Krasinski. He would be great. And, you know, and everybody was like, oh, this Captain Carter, she's great. Let's bring her back. You know, there's so many things that they're doing, these little tidbits that they're putting together for the fans to try to overshadow the fact that the movies themselves just aren't that great.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah.
I hope, you know what? Good for Ryan Reynolds. Stick to your guns, dude. Like the Disney, that monster is just powerful, right?
Yep.
And it's gonna be destruction of their own making that's gonna cause the downfall of because it's so much. Now they got Century Fox, or they have they bought Pixar, Star Wars, all that shit, Marvel, like all that shit. They own it all, and they have now all this shit that they are just dismantling slowly, man.
Yeah. This guy was talking about Disney as a company. He's like, what has Disney in itself created originally? What original content has they ever come up with? And nothing. They have bought everything that was original. Even like in the early days, they just did animated versions of a storybook.
Antoine Britt here from the Alpha Geek Podcast. Thank you for listening. Now, if you're in the market for a delicious gluten-free cookie, cookiehunk.com is the place for you. My Juggernaut gluten-free protein cookie has 12 grams of protein and is also kosher and non-GMO. Great for post-workout, meal replacement, or just a sweet snack late at night. So visit us at cookiehunk.com. Use promo code CookiePro20 to save 20% on your entire order. We ship nationwide and you'll get it in 2 days. Once again, that is cookiehunk.com. Staying on the Disney topic, they are not going to do, and I think we kind of talked about it a little bit off air. They're not going to do the second season of She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Tatiana Maslany came out and said that she is very doubtful. And then it was confirmed by director that there are no plans to do another season of She-Hulk, attorney at law.
And from what I understand, that's another Ryan Reynolds thing.
Yeah.
He was like, you mess with my script by messing with Wolverine. She-Hulk, he like went against her. So I don't know if that's just rumors, like, but.
Now, before the feminists come after us, before y'all come after us, we do not like She-Hulk because there was a female lead.
Right.
We don't like She-Hulk because of the shitty show. It was a shitty show. It was not a great show. They had a little bit of glimmers of some cool shit. Megan Thee Stallion being on there, not one of them. I don't care how many people say that she was. So and people just didn't like it.
Yeah.
And you have to, sometimes you got to take shit at face value.
Yeah.
And the masses did not like the show.
Yeah.
And because of that, it's not coming back. Now you look at shows like Echo, which female lead, show did great.
Yeah.
The show was awesome. So, sometimes you just got to talk shit up to, just not good. No matter who's the lead.
Yeah. And like even Daisy Ridley's like Ray character, like there's, it doesn't matter what plays the role. It's all about development of character. And if your fan base or the viewers can't follow the character and fall in love with the character, then it doesn't matter who you are or what you are. It's just not good storytelling.
Yeah.
And that's what sells movies. So.
Yeah. I think they did a rush job on She-Hulk. The CG was wonky.
Okay.
And they put it out at a time where they were just hitting home runs no matter what they were putting out. And the fan base had not caught up to that yet.
Yeah.
Now they are initiated and they are like, we're not coming to see that bullshit anymore.
So are you saying it's not even worth watching? Because I haven't watched it yet. I just couldn't get behind it right away.
Oh man. So I never want to deter anyone from not watching something because what vibes with me or doesn't vibe with me might vibe with you.
But
Bruce Banner's in it.
Oh, okay.
The Hog is in it for a little while. So, and they do drop some Easter eggs and some story, start to extend on story arcs that are interesting and could be interesting as we get closer to Secret Wars and stuff like that. But the show as a whole, if you want to watch it from an informational standpoint, yes. But if you want to watch it to be thoroughly entertained,
no, not so much.
Watch your other shit first.
We'll go back to stay on Brother's Son.
Go watch Suits again.
By the way, it's a great show. Even if you have to pull out your VHS player.
Yes. No, you just told me about the Brother Son show, Netflix, right? Tell me about that because I have not even heard about it.
It's so good. So Brother Son, it is on Netflix. I think it's the first season. I don't know if there's gonna be more seasons. We're halfway through, but it's about a triad family, and the husband and wife split for security of the family. It's a straight up martial arts movie where great martial arts action, but with a little bit of a twist because there's a brother. So brother, son, it's two brothers. The one brother is a straight up killer assassin. The other one is typical, the youngest, where the mom is like, you're going to be a doctor. And he just wants to do, he just wants to be an actor. And it just kind of goes from there.
Man.
So it's funny because it's like you have this typical Bruce Lee kind of or Jackie Chan type action movie, but then there's the storyline. And going back into, it doesn't matter what you are, this character development of the two brothers is what, for my wife, Wendy, she doesn't love violent movies, but she loves watching this show because the brothers have they just have great storylines.
Really?
And the mom, the actress that she was in, she's amazing. She was in, oh my goodness, the heck was she just in?
We can never remember anything.
Never made names
when the time is. When the time is.
But anyway, she's an amazing actress. The movie with Short Round that was like all about the alternate realities.
Everything all at once.
Everything all at once. Yeah, she played in that, so she was amazing in that as well. She's in this show and she's amazing. Okay. So she's like one of my favorite female actresses, I think.
All right. Well, I'm on it.
Y'all
get on that too. Yeah,
Brother's Son,
Netflix, right?
Yeah, Netflix. Yeah.
I just watched. So Amazon low key has been putting out great content. We got Reacher on there. Mm-hmm. We have Invincible, The Boys. We know all about all that stuff. But the movies I watched 3 movies on Amazon Prime this past week. I watched Foe, The Passenger, and Landscaping with Invisible Hands. They're all different and all great. Foe was the first one we watched. Saoirse Ronan.
Okay.
She was in. She played the female lead in that movie Hannah from a few years ago. She's like a female assassin.
Yep.
And then she was in the movie Brooklyn from, I think it was like 2017, 2018. Her Paul Mescal and then Aaron Pierre are the leads in this movie, and it's basically a not so far into the future on an Earth that's basically dying because all the resources have basically been depleted, and the government start to look for other planets to inhabit. Had no luck, so they basically build their own planet. It's like a giant space station that is orbiting the Earth.
Oh,
and everyone almost like and now I know there is some truth to this, but I don't know the details behind it. But in Korea or in Asian countries, the men are required to have at least 2 years of military service. Mm-hmm. Well, this is something like that. If you go into a lottery, and if you're chosen in this lottery, you're required to go up to the space station and serve some sort of function. But while you do that, your spouse stays down here. Mm-hmm. And man, I think I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay.
And there's a whole bunch of shit that happens in that year where the spouse is here and the other spouse is up there.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna leave it at that because it just came out. I don't want to fuck it up for people.
Okay.
But it's a really good movie. If you're into like sci-fi / psycho thriller, mm-hmm. that's the movie for you.
That whole concept is actually really interesting. Have you seen The 100?
No, I haven't seen it.
The 100 is it's an older series, but it's about the same thing where like people go, the Earth is like dying and they all go up into space and then they come back and when the Earth is healing, and just that whole concept is fascinating to me. So anyway, if you've seen The 100, it's a great show.
So kind of, playing with the details of the movie, do you think because these movies aren't based in like the super, super far away future. It's like 2035, 2040, shit like that, which is, hop, skip, and a jump away from now.
For real.
Do you feel like there are dangers of resources being depleted to that extent, like the way that we're using resources now? Or do you think it's like we'll never see it? Our kids may never see it. Our grandkids probably definitely will see it.
Yeah.
Or do you think this is something that's a little bit more closer than we think?
That's such a
no, because I think about this stuff and it's like because we live in it every day, we might be seeing the gradual depletion of resources, but just don't notice because, we're going through the hustle and bustle of our everyday lives. But you talk to old cats all the time and you always hear, man, when I was that age, we didn't have this or we had that or this was this way. And because they see the digression over that, 40, 50 year span, but we don't because we're living in it. Do you think that this is a reality sooner than what these movies are starting to make it look like?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the potential is there, but I don't think it's going to be within our lifetime. Yeah. I think based on our knowledge and people's proactive, like just something as simple as recycling. Not everybody recycles, but I think more people now recycle. Back in the 80s, everything was disposable. Everything. You got like paper plates, paper spoons, everything. You would just throw everything out. But now, well, we do our part. We try to recycle. So I see a lot of people that drive the recycling. So little movements like that I think would help. But the latest thing that I heard was about farming. Like farming is supposed to be releasing methane gases way beyond what vehicles do, or do more damage than aspirated vehicles.
Really?
Yeah, that's but it's like, who do you listen to? Who tells you what scientist says what, or I don't know. It's I'm sure there's truth in everything, but I don't know. What do you think?
Man, I would like to think that we won't see it.
Yeah.
But it's pretty apparent that there is a rapid, and when I say rapid, faster than we would like to see happen, but there is a rapid decline in the amount of resources that we have at our disposal. And a lot of that is because to fix the problem, we have to cause another problem.
Right.
We have the electric battery. So now, or the electric cars, and now you have the batteries are harder to dispose of. Yep. Now, how do you create a system that disposes of these batteries in the safest way possible?
Right.
So it's like to solve one problem, you create another and another and another. And
yep. And that's the whole electric vehicle thing. I know we both are not necessarily believers in it, and not because it's not a good thing, but the infrastructure, there's nothing there to support it.
Yeah.
And like,
not yet anyway.
Not yet. Yeah. And the push to try to roll stuff out so soon and force people to do this conversion. I know, like auto sales have declined for EVs and then hybrid sales are up. So it's like, if you don't have the infrastructure to support these things, then how do you expect there to be anybody to get on board on it? And
right. Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, it depends on who you talk to and depends on what actions are taken, and can they think out what is it that we need to do to make this happen that people can afford to do. And that's another thing. Yeah. Like
they say, I'm not sure. And in the comments, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm really not sure. But I heard by the year 2027 that they want at least 40% of each large automotive manufacturer's fleet to be electric or hybrid. And so if that's the case, then you're really running out of options to, you have to have either an electric or a hybrid vehicle. And like you just talked about, neither one of us are huge fans of either of the hybrids. I guess are okay.
Yeah.
But I still want my gas guzzler.
I still want that TRX.
Yeah, I still want my gas guzzler, dude.
But they were talking about that the unions are I can't remember exactly. I wish I was just listening to this on the news, that the whole electric unions were, I guess, going against whatever. I'm not smart enough to be able to say what it is. But anyway, there's more problems than just the infrastructure. There's the companies and the employees and the unions. I mean, it's just a mess.
Yeah.
It's like a mess.
And then on top of there has to be some sort of driving force behind the initiative, right? It's not just the customer base for electric vehicles isn't that big.
No.
So there has to be some sort of driving force behind it, so like, what is that driving force, and what is the benefit for us, the average consumer, to get on board with the whole like electric vehicle thing? I don't see saving the earth, I guess. Or, doing your part in saving the earth. I guess that's a big enough one, but the average, and then there's a cost aspect to it too. The cost, as those batteries start to wear and you have to get new batteries, everybody can't lease a car or buy a car every 3 to 5 years.
Right.
So then what happens to those batteries, like $10,000 batteries? Yep. So now you're telling a person who, as this technology becomes more commonplace, the vehicle costs are going to start going down, right? Mm-hmm. But the battery cost isn't going to go down.
Right.
So you're telling people who are on average are, $400 to $500 to $600 a month for a vehicle, which is a pretty modest vehicle. Now you're telling them I need to come off 10, 12 grand for a new battery because your battery went to shit.
Yeah.
So that's like another bill. So what are you going to do? Start financing that?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I just saw, quick side note. I just saw that, Rent-A-Center is renting Jordans now. I swear to you.
Dude, that can't be real.
$19 a week to rent Jordans, or you can buy them for like $550.
Wow.
Yes.
Wait,
yes.
Like the sneaker.
Yes. Yes.
Dude.
What world do we live in that you got to try to flex so hard if you can't buy the same pair of Jordans that are like between $200 and $300?
Yeah,
they want you to spend $500 and some odd dollars for, or you can rent them for $20 a week.
Oh my god,
dude! Can you imagine?
I can't even.
Can you imagine renting Jordan?
I don't even understand. I don't even like. What is status that like that important? I don't know.
Man,
is that so? Was Jordan like? Are they that much of a status symbol?
Yo, yeah, 100%. Okay. The shoe game is in a place that it's never been, and it's been big since the 80s, but is in a place now where people like $1,000 pair of Jordans, $1,500 pair of Jordans, like all day.
Yeah, you
can spend just on an average pair of Jordan, like the Dunks. I have a pair of Heritage. I have a pair of Pandas. I got 3 or 4 pair of J's, and the average cost is about $250 to $275. That's an average. And
are they hard to find because Floyd Mayweather's got them all? Or?
They're not hard to find. That's the thing. They're not hard to find. If you can go to any Foot Locker or wherever and get a pair of Jordans.
Wow,
it's not hard. But I wondered, does he have any? Is that his you know what'd be a good idea if you can rent. Because when you think about it, it's genius because it's going to be people that rent Jordans.
Wow.
$20. That's $80 a month you're spending, plus tax or whatever, plus the finance charge. Jeez. So for that $524 that you're spending, if you bought them outright, you're spending, let's just say you're at 20% interest.
Wow.
You're at $700 or a little bit less than $700.
Somebody must have tried this business model already and something of that succeeded. I don't know, like crazy. But isn't Michael Jordan so they're just Jordans now? Nike doesn't own them anymore?
No, Jordan is his own thing. So you have, again, quote me if I'm wrong, y'all, but Jordan is his own company. And then Nike does have licensing for the first, I want to say 5 to 6 pair of Air Jordans.
Okay.
So you still have the ones, and I think from 1 to 4. I might be wrong about that, but I know Jordan is his own company.
Yeah, okay.
That dude is killing it.
Dude,
yo.
Did you hear he turned down Nike threw stupid money at him and he was like, nope.
Yeah, no, I want a piece of the pie. Yeah. I don't want money. I want a piece of the pie. I want ownership. Jordan, his mom made that deal for him.
Oh, really?
His mom made that deal.
Man, she's a smart woman.
Yeah, just foresight.
Yeah,
foresight, because he could have easily taken the money. Still has been almost as wealthy as he is now with everything, because he, part owned. But I take that back because that shoe deal, the royalties from that shoe deal, set up a lot of different things for him. Yeah. It wouldn't have been anywhere near if he just would have taken a lump sum or percentage of whatever.
Yeah.
So,
are you sure his mom made the deal? Because in Suits, Harvey represented Michael Jordan.
Well, in the movie, his mom makes the deal. Okay. So I do think, and it, you got to make things, more attractive from a cinematic standpoint. Yeah. So she may not have been as involved in the details of the deal, but it was definitely, it was definitely, she wanted her son to have ownership. Yeah. And, that's huge. Now look at that cat. Dude. That dude's sweating money. Yeah. Sweating money. Go ahead, Jay.
And you don't even hear him in the news or anything. There's nothing negative about him. At least not that I know of. He just seems like a smart business dude that played the game and got out while he could.
Yeah, well, I think the sweatshop thing that came out a few years ago. He was having Jordans were being made in
I don't know about that.
Yeah, 8-year-olds in Taiwan or whatever. So,
dude. So bad.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah.
I mean, but it's cheap labor.
Cheap labor.
Cheap labor.
But the what is it? Jimmy Choo? I don't know if Jimmy Choos are made of, but so if I talk about guitars for a second, quality, China makes quality stuff now, and
do they though?
Yeah.
Do they though?
I don't know. Maybe it's Taiwan, because there are guitars that come out of Taiwan and China, and these factories. I guess the quality's gotten up. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I definitely believe that there is quality product coming out of any part of the country. You have if you do something long enough. Yeah. And get enough reps at doing something, you're gonna make good shit. Yeah. It's just the way it is, and that's why the knockoff shit is some of that is so good. Yeah. You'll put 2 pair of J's, one's a knockoff, they're legit, and you can almost it takes a real educated eye to tell the difference. There's a gentleman, Sneakers 757. that I follow on Instagram, 757 Sneakers, and he like will sometimes put like, all right, this is a fake. This is how you tell. And when you're going to these expos and shoe expos and things like that, when you got to check shit out on the fly, you'll see those guys. They'll open it, turn it over. They look for very particular things that tell you, okay, this is not real. And they'll do it in a matter of seconds.
Crazy.
Matter of seconds. And you know, like, this is fake. Get that shit out of here. I give you, 100 for that. I won't take those. So it's a skill. It's a skill.
Yeah, the whole knockoff thing is getting better and better. There's going to guitars. There's a Gibson Les Paul and a Chibson Les Paul. The logo looks the exact same way. Like literally to the anybody else, you would just be like, oh yeah, that's a Gibson guitar. They are so outlawed that if you're caught importing those, you'll pay federal fines.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's crazy.
Is the reason for that is because that market has become so dangerously deceptive, or is because Gibson is such a power player in guitar? Yeah,
it's that, but I also think that there's trademarking. What's the patents and trademarks, like patent and trademark infringements, and Gibson's got the lockdown on that.
Really?
And I don't know if it's like grandfather claused in, but they can go after people and they can put people under. They try to bury these companies that knock their stuff off, which is
really,
yeah, it's crazy. Like they don't mess around. They do not mess around to the point where the fans, like guitar players, are like, there was a time where they were like, we ain't going to support you because it's like you're trying to it's just like you're trying to put everybody else under, and that's just not cool.
Yeah, Gibson. I mean, I know a lot of these companies, I'm not saying Gibson is one of them, but they'll knock off their own shit.
Yeah.
Like Frosted Flakes will make generic Frosted Flakes because, and drop the price by $1. And now, because somebody's, like you said, somebody's going to come and knock us off anyway. Right. We might as well do it ourselves and make this money. So that's a, big business in itself. I learned that when, went into the cookie company thing and started, getting more in depth with that. Like these companies will go and just knock off their own shit.
Wow.
Instead of let's beat you to the punch. It's cheaper for them to do it anyway. They already have the infrastructure, change the label, change, take some things up, and now you can sell your legit shit and your knockoff shit and make both money on both.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think they do that with Advil and like Tylenol? Like all the knockoff stuff is
it'll be dumb not to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be dumb not to. I was like Advil. Advil and then Sadvil. This shit is gonna just make you upset. It's not gonna no headache relief, but this shit just make you sad.
Oh God.
Yeah. It's big business, man.
Yeah.
But I can't rent Jordans. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Oh God, dude, that's just like, I don't even understand. Like, I still can't wrap my head around that.
Yeah. No, I do. It's money, dude. Capitalism, man. Yeah. It's, it's an ugly, ugly, ugly beast.
But it's like renting bowling shoes. I mean, they're just like, I don't know. You get like, okay, so from a hygienic standpoint, I guess that's why I'm just kind of like, ugh.
Well, and then these shoes don't come back. It's just for people who can't afford the $300 that that it costs
the upfront cost.
Yeah, so you can spend $80 or $20 a week. So it will take you 4 months. 4 months
Crazy.
Of renting Jordans to afford. No, more than that. More than that. Let's just say, what's average interest cost on some gouging shit like that? Like 20%.
20%, easy.
Yeah, so you're spending, 6 months. You can own your pair of Jordans.
Dude.
And by then, in 6 months, especially if you're wearing them every day, they look like shit at that point anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. I can't I was about to play devil's advocate with it.
Yeah.
But like, if you got somebody who rents them, but this will only work if it's like a super one-off.
Yeah.
Like if the colorway is a one-off, it's a limited edition, and you can rent, you can sell them for more than what you're under for,
and
then pay it off and make a little bit of money.
Yeah.
But again, that's only on the real special shit. You can't, because you're not going to make any more than what your cost and interest is going to be. But if you pay it off soon, then that kills the interest. So it's wow. It's not worth it. Just go buy your damn Jordans. Just buy them. Save your money,
dude. It's the American way.
Buy Jordan.
If there's a market, somebody will make it. Somebody will find a way to make money on that market.
Yeah. Hell yeah,
that's crazy. Wow,
man.
That's crazy. So I was at your buddy's barbershop, Brian, trying to help him out with some gear advice. And
what's up? Cutting Up podcast.
Yeah. Cool dude, and I really enjoyed being there. But he was playing on the TV, Jailhouse. I can't remember the name of the show, but it's like a jailhouse romance. Where
Love After Lockup. That show is crazy, son.
Dude, I didn't even know that show existed.
That show is nuts.
That was wild,
dude. That show, shows like that tell me how far we sunk. We have sunk so far, dude. And like, whose parents are like, hey, mom and dad, I just want to tell you about this guy I've been dating.
Oh no.
His name is Gerard. I don't know. His name is Gerard, and he's coming home next week. Oh, that's awesome, honey. Was he coming here on vacation? He's in the military. No, he's in Long Park. He's fucking coming home from a 5-year bid. Like, what do you? I mean.
Are you that desperate?
Are you that desperate? Seriously, man. People, what's wrong with you? I've been pen paling with this dude that murdered 6 people. Dude, that's the thing. Like, what's it called? There's actually a technical term for it, for like women who are attracted to like sociopaths and serial killers and stuff like that.
Man, and if it doesn't work out, I mean, it's on you. It was. I mean.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. And then these guys get out, and then surprise, surprise, they're not what you expected it to be.
Man.
Oh, so crazy. Man. Yeah, that show is nuts, dude. I used to love that show. I got off of it after like season 3, but that show's been on for a long time, for like 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a bunch of psychos out there, and there's a bunch of women and men that love psychos. Oh man! Like, could you stick around? Like, let's just say, like, you had a girlfriend. Like, this is all hypothetical, y'all. You're dating a young lady. She's everything you want her to be.
Yeah.
She's beautiful. She's smart, and you find out. She actually tells you. She believes in your love and trusts you so much that she tells you that she accidentally murdered someone. She got off. Got off. Dude, on a technicality.
There is no way. I'm out. I'm gonna change my name. It's done.
Dude, some people are crazy. I think I told you this story, but I tell them, hey, I won't say any names, but I had a buddy who broke up with his girlfriend.
Oh, no.
And he didn't even like cheat or anything. He just wanted the breakup. They had been dating for, I want to say, like 2 years. She still has the key. He's trusting her, like, drop the key under the mat. I don't want to, he probably could have done it in a little bit better way.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to see her. So he's like, just drop the key under the mat and just going about your business. And he came home. She had taken all his forks, not the spoons and the knives, but just the forks. Took all his left shoes. Took all his left shoes and then cut the plugs off of all his plug and appliances. Dude.
I don't know if that's brilliant or
fucking brilliant. That's some vindictive shit. She was thinking, she's like, man, I could bleach his clothes, but that won't be enough of an inconvenience. But this motherfucker can't eat steak. He can't. He better get used to this soup.
Oh,
this soup is gonna be good because all you got is spoons now.
Oh my god!
And all left shoes. So you can't. You like, damn. I gotta go buy all new shoes because I only got the right ones.
Did they ever show up again? Was it
no? He never saw. He never saw her again.
Oh my God. I want to know his reaction. Was he like, damn, that's good? Or
he was like, bruh. Oh, my man, he was hurt. He still talks about that shit to this day. That was like 5 years ago.
That's a good one.
He talks about that shit to this day. And every time we see him, we joke. He's like, yo, you remember your girl took off you? He'll never live that down. God, be careful, y'all. Be careful who you lay down with.
Yeah.
And treat them right.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can even treat them right and people are just like nuts. They got demons. They got underlying issues that you don't know about or you're not equipped to deal with anyway. So it's like, what do you do? We
came across a show we watched over the weekend. It was a mini series, 3 episodes on Netflix called American Nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Did you watch it? It was like
yes.
It was like the Gone Girl kind of thing.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy, man. Like how people will, well, I mean, it's kind of about law enforcement, but how people will just be like, the guy's guilty. He did it. Yep. Like, and she said that he said that his girlfriend got kidnapped in the middle of the night, and the cops were just like, "No, you're guilty. You're the one."
Yep.
It's like, bro.
Yeah, and not to ruin it for people, but yeah, man, this like you gotta. That's why with me, I'm not really worried about it now because I'm all married up and stuff. But I always would worry about shit like that because anything can happen, right?
Yeah.
And like anything can happen. I'm just leaving it at that. So I would go in, and every time I would come, I don't have a Ring, I have a Sky Bell, which is basically the same thing as Ring. And that would record me coming in the front door. Mm-hmm. I had a Ring, a floodlight that would record me coming in the garage. Every time I would get home, I have the Amazon, the Echo thing. So I was like, Echo, give me the news. Every time I walked in. So, and because that's always recording, even though you're not recording, it's always recording.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wait, Echo?
Echo is always recording.
Oh.
Yeah. He's like, oh, shit. So when I would say, give me the news, now Echo knows that there's a recording of me at home. Uh-huh. So I can say, hey, cops come, dude, I was home between this time and this time.
Yeah.
Pull up my Echo shit. I was home, bro.
Wow.
So, yeah, man.
I didn't know that she was recording the whole time.
All the time.
She's always listening.
You hear about always listening. You hear about that story. Have you ever been home and you would just hear your shit go boop boop just out of the blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, her ass is always listening. Yeah, it was a story. I would say like 6 to 8 years ago of a dude that murdered his wife. And this how they caught him because they went through his backlog of recordings on his Amazon Echo. Wow. And that's how they caught him. Yeah. Hell yeah. Wow. She's always listening.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. One of my buddies posted a meme. He was like, oh God, what was it? It was basically about if you always want Alexa to be listening, or if you don't want Alexa to respond to you anymore, just make it into a male's voice or whatever. And it was just so funny. I wish I could paraphrase it better than that, but it's just funny.
My shit is in a British woman's voice.
Oh, nice.
Hello, Antoine. Yeah, I love that shit.
And does she pronounce it correctly? Antoine?
She does, but you got to go in and fix it. You got to go in and make sure that like you can go in and do settings through the app and make sure she pronounces your shit right.
Okay.
Because I used to have it to where it was Sam Jackson's voice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you can make it, but then if you do that, she can't have an accent, or it can't have an accent. Yeah. So I was like, I know what Sam Jackson sounds like. Let me go ahead and put this British chick on here. Yeah,
so I can go into the settings and correct Siri to say my name correctly.
Yeah,
because she's another one.
Siri, I'm not sure about Siri, but I know Alexa. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about Siri though. I think Siri just might be a dumbass.
Yeah. Dude, I'm not the biggest fan of Apple products. Like, I'm not a Mac person at all, but I have an iPhone, and I'm like, I get so frustrated. Do you have Apple TV? Like,
the service,
yeah,
or the Apple?
The service,
yeah,
you do. Okay, I find that our Apple TV acts up all the time, just like my Mac in the studio.
Yeah,
I get so pissed at it.
Yeah, see, the thing about Apple though is that everything is all in this pretty package, man, and it's like you can access. You can access everything through your wallet, and like anytime I buy airline tickets, they automatically go in my Apple Wallet, I guess is what it's called.
Yeah.
And all the operating system, everything works together and talks to each other. It just makes life so much easier though. When all your shit is Apple. So
yeah. Well, I guess I'm a guy that likes to tinker. So it's like I'm a PC guy. So I like to be able to build my own PCs and I don't know if I'd ever go back to an Android because my buddies pressured me into getting an iPhone because they're like, dude, you got to be on iMessenger, man. He's like, they're like, don't be that guy.
Don't be the green bubble people. I hate the fucking green bubble people. You can't, y'all be fucking up group tags. You only can send one picture at a time. You can't send videos. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anytime I'm on a group text and I see it doesn't go through, I was like, which one of you motherfuckers got green bubble? Who has a Samsung?
Oh my God, no joke.
Get off of here.
It's totally what my friends did. It's totally. Oh my God.
Damn it, Taras.
But you say my name right, so that's what's important.
Yeah, we'll get everybody right. It's Taras, y'all. You hurt my man's feelings.
Yeah.
And it's Antoine. So anything before we go?
No. Just as a reminder, if you're liking our content, click like and subscribe and hit that bell so you can be notified with all Antoine's shorts that he's putting up. Yeah.
So just to give you a little bit of feedback on how we kind of split the page in half. Like Taras is the mastermind when it comes to uploading all the graphics you guys see, all that cool shit, like the BMW.
Like
that shit was sick, dude. Like Taras does all that, and then I'll go and chop stuff up and do the shorts, and I'll do them. I put half of them on our YouTube channel, but then for our Instagram page, I'll toss them up there too. And it's a joint effort is what I'm trying to get at. And this dude is amazing. And like, he's legit, dude. He's the man.
Thanks.
So it's definitely like a really like is a team effort, and we got a good result because of it. And a lot of it is because of you guys that you're checking in, you're commenting, you're subscribing, and you're telling your people about it. So I hope you guys are entertained by the bullshit that we got to say. So.
Well, it's definitely this whole project is very synergistic, and like between the two of us and of course our fans and as well as our wives, they're supporting us.
Oh man, the wives are supporting, dude. They put, I know because I text Wendy the other night and she's like, Taras is in there like in 3 o'clock in the morning. Now she doesn't curse at all, so I was fucking paraphrasing, but
but you know her inside voice. You know that's what she's saying.
Yeah, in her heart, she's like,
yeah.
But no, they're awesome, man.
But no, other than that, anything you want to leave us with?
No, man, just keep on keeping on. You can follow me at Antoine the Juggernaut on Instagram, or follow us on Instagram at Alpha Geek Podcast page, TikTok Juggernaut of Fitness. I know Taras was playing with the idea of doing a X Twitter tweet page, whatever it's called now. The app formerly known as Twitter. Let us know if you guys want to see us tweeting a little bit. I know there's a lot of content on Twitter that a lot of links and a lot of feedback that we can get. You know, some people say it's toxic, some people swear by it. So, you know, we'll play with it, see what happens.
It's definitely its own beast.
It is. It's
a little
ready.
Scary.
Batten down the hatches.
You gotta have thick skin on that one. I guess.
I know. Yeah, don't be crying.
Thick digital skin. Yeah. They mispronounced my name again.
He's a sensitive type, y'all. You gotta cut him a break on Twitter.
Oh
man. But thanks for tuning in, y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.